In the last 3 episodes of the Super Smash Bros. Costume Origins series, we tackled probably the 3 biggest Nintendo franchises, the Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda series. Today we'll be taking a look at some of the smaller franchises, with most originating within the Mario series. First, we'll start with the Donkey Kong series, beginning with the main ape himself, of course, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong debuted in Smash as one of the first playable characters in Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64, which also marks his first playable appearance in 3D. Donkey Kong 64 did not come out until later the same year Smash released. Smash 64 is also the only game in which Donkey Kong's tie color stays red throughout all of his costumes. Donkey Kong's first costume gives him dark gray fur, a possible reference to real-life gorillas. It's also possible this color hints at the Game Boy version of Donkey Kong, which gave Donkey Kong black fur. Donkey Kong next receives bright red fur, a reference to his original Donkey Kong arcade sprite, depicting him as bright red. Donkey Kong's blue swap appears to be a Smash original, simply added because of the blue team in Team Smash. Finally, Donkey Kong receives a costume which gives him green fur and green skin, used only in Team Smash for the green team. This is likely a reference to the Game Boy version of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Land, both of which depicted Donkey Kong as green due to the original Game Boy's hardware limitations. Most of DK's costumes were updated in the jump from Smash 64 to Super Smash Bros. Melee. Donkey Kong's previous gray fur costume has been made more dark brown and has also been given a blue tie. This can still be a similar reference as before, hinting back at black and white Game Boy appearances for Donkey Kong. It can also be a reference to a possible palette swap in the Monkey Smash mode in Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong's red costume is still a reference to his original arcade sprite. However, this costume is now updated with a dark blue tie. Donkey Kong's blue costume now refers to an alternate color available in Mario Golf. It has also been updated with a blue tie. Finally, green Donkey Kong's skin now matches the rest of the costumes, but his tie stays red. Several of Donkey Kong's costumes have again been updated moving into Super Smash Bros. Brawl. His first costume has been reverted back to dark gray fur, this time with a yellow tie. This tie color is an easy reference to Donkey Kong Country, in which Donkey Kong wears a yellow tie for his alternate palette in 2-player contest mode. Donkey Kong's previous blue costume now gives him purple fur and a pink tie. Finally, Donkey Kong gains a costume which gives him white fur, a reference to a Yeti on the official Brawl Dojo website. Fire Mini Donkey Kongs from Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis also have a similar appearance. DK's costumes finally remained consistent in Smash for 3DS and Wii U, and he gains 2 additional costume slots. The first new costume gives Donkey Kong yellow fur and a blue tie, a reference to his appearance under the effects of banana juice from Donkey Kong Country Returns. Finally, Donkey Kong receives pink fur and a yellow tie, which bears resemblance to Donkey Kong Jr. II, a Donkey Kong Jr. recolor from the NES title Donkey Kong Jr. Math. It wasn't until Brawl that Donkey Kong brought his friend Diddy Kong along, and of course Diddy brought along with him several references in his costumes. The first costume gives Diddy slightly darker fur, a white hat, and yellow shirt. This also references his alternate sprite in contest mode in Donkey Kong Country, and matches Donkey Kong's costume of the same origin. Diddy's next costume turns his fur yellow and gives him a pink hat and shirt. This references Dixie Kong from Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, and Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Diddy's next costume gives him dark fur and a purple hat and shirt, a Smash original. Diddy Kong's green costume is a rather vague reference to an alternate color available in Donkey Kong 64. Diddy's blue costume refers to his contest mode sprite from Donkey Kong Country 2. It can also be a reference to Kiddy Kong, Dixie Kong's cousin and sidekick from Donkey Kong Country 3. Moving to Smash for 3DS and Wii U, Diddy Kong gains 2 costumes. The first gives him dark gray fur with a gold hat and brown shirt, likely a Smash original. Diddy's final costume gives both his hat and shirt a white and red color scheme, likely meant to be consistent with Donkey Kong's Yeti costume. Because Donkey and Diddy are often paired up together, many of their costumes can appear to match. Next, let's take a look at Mario's dinosaur pal, Yoshi, who first appeared in Super Mario World and debuted in the very first Smash. Yoshis are technically a species of animal and have been portrayed in different colors from the very beginning. Green Yoshi is considered the default and most common Yoshi color, originally from Super Mario World. Red Yoshi was also available in Super Mario World. When a red Yoshi ate a Koopa shell, it would spit it back out in the form of fireballs. Cyan Yoshi first appeared in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island as one of the playable Yoshi colors. Yellow Yoshis were playable in Super Mario World. With a Koopa shell in its mouth, yellow Yoshis can jump and cause mini earthquakes. Finally, 2 further Yoshi colors were in Smash 64, however these were only available to CPUs during the Yoshi Team segments of Classic Mode. The first was a pink Yoshi, a playable color from Yoshi's Island. The second was blue Yoshi, first debuting in Super Mario World. These Yoshis can hold any shell in their mouth and have the ability to fly for a short time. Yoshi has no costume changes in Super Smash Bros. Melee. However, the pink and blue Yoshi skins that were previously only accessible to CPU Yoshis are now available to players as Yoshi costumes. Yoshi's design is updated in Brawl based on his appearances in main series Mario games, but no new costumes are added at all. Yoshi gains 2 new costumes in Smash for 3DS and Wii U. The first is a purple Yoshi, who first appeared as a playable Yoshi in Yoshi's Island. The second is a black Yoshi, a color which first appeared in Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64. This is the only Yoshi color available in Smash that first debuted in Yoshi's Story. Smash for 3DS and Wii U are also the first Smash games where Yoshi's side B, shield, and up B eggs all match the color of the Yoshi being played. In every previous title, these eggs were simply green. Next, let's move on to Mario's evil doppelganger, Wario, who first appeared in the series in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Wario has a very unique costume set in Brawl. While most characters have only 4, 5, or 6 possible costumes, Wario has a total of 12, 6 each based on his different appearances. First, let's look at Biker Wario, who is considered the default Wario in the Smash series. This appearance is based on his look in the WarioWare series of games. His red costume resembles the Fire Mario color scheme with a red jacket and white helmet, gloves, and pants. His next costume vaguely resembles his classic look with a yellow helmet and jacket and a purple shirt. His green outfit imitates the color scheme of Zombie Wario from Wario Land 3. His final 2 costumes possibly reference real-world cliches. Wario's black costume has him dressed in mostly black with a white t-shirt, a possible reference to greasers, a subculture surrounding hot rods and motorcycles. The last costume has Wario dressed in jeans and a denim jacket, another possible reference to real-world biker attire. Next, let's look at Classic Wario, who appears as he does in the Wario Land games as well as in every other Mario game in the series. Wario's red costume references how Mario appeared in the early Mario games. Giving Wario a Mario skin mirrors how Mario has had a Wario skin since the very beginning. Wario's next classic costume gives him a pink shirt and blue hat and overalls. This references Mario's appearance on the Japanese box art for Mario Bros. Of course, as shown in the main series Mario Costume Origins video, Mario gains this costume in Smash 4 as well. Wario's green costume simply looks like Mario's green costume. Wario's white and brown costume is based off of Foreman Spike's appearance from Wrecking Crew. This is another Mario costume as well. In Smash 64, Mario's dark costume looked much more like this color scheme, though with a different colored hat. From Melee on, that costume was changed to be more black and gray. Finally, Wario's white outfit contains origins from his original Wario Land appearances on the Game Boy, due to being in black and white. It can also be a vague reference to one of Wario's Mario Golf costumes, though with a matching hat in Smash. Wario's costumes got cut in half in Smash for 3DS and Wii U, now with only 4 biker outfits and 4 classic outfits. Because of this, some of Wario's biker outfits have been slightly merged. Wario's red costume features elements from both the fire-themed outfit and the greaser-themed outfit from Brawl. Wario's green costume features a combination of his yellow and green costumes from Brawl. The final biker costume appears to be a Smash original. Finally, the Foreman Spike and black and white costumes got dropped from this installment, leaving the yellow, red, blue, and green alternates to represent Wario's classic look. Finally, we'll tackle Little Mac, the assist trophy who was promoted to playable character. I guess we'll look at this costume in this episode because Mario was the ref in Punch-Out? Mostly because I couldn't come up with a better reason, so let's go! Little Mac sort of received the same treatment as Wario did in Brawl, receiving 2 times the normal number of costumes. However, these are less unique than Wario's, as half of them only feature Little Mac as Wireframe Mac, based on his wireframe design in the arcade version of Punch-Out! The gloves and pants on Wireframe Mac also match the gloves and pants of his normal appearance as well. Little Mac's yellow costume is based on his appearance in Title Defense mode on Punch-Out for Wii. His white costume resembles his appearance in victory poses in Punch-Out for NES, as well as Piston Hondo's Title Defense outfit in Punch-Out for Wii. His first blue costume looks similar to his appearance in Contender mode during the World Circuit in Punch-Out for Wii, while his second blue costume looks similar to his appearance in the Major Circuit in Punch-Out for Wii. The orange outfit references Player 2 in Punch-Out for Wii's multiplayer. The outfit which turns Little Mac blonde is based on the protagonist from Super Punch-Out. There is debate as to whether this is the same Little Mac as from other titles, but it's a nice reference either way. And finally, Little Mac gains a pink hoodie in his last costume, based on various scenes throughout the series. In the normal Mac outfit, the hoodie is pink and the gloves are green, while in the wireframe Mac outfit, the gloves are pink and the hoodie is green. And that concludes this episode of the Super Smash Bros. Costume Origins series. I really enjoyed a lot of these references and was genuinely surprised at how many references every character had. There are some that really seem like they were just made up, so it's cool to research them and see a lot of their histories. For next time, let me know in the comments if you'd like a video on the Metroid, Star Fox, and Captain Falcon costume origins, or a video on the Fire Emblem costume origins. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day.